All right, give me the rundown. This is a huge game for Illinois fans, for the university, the history behind it. What have you seen in the short time that you've gotten to town, or even as you've game prep, for just how much this game means?
You know, when we found out we were doing it, we were all really excited. And Brad and I have done a lot of big games, and we've been a part of a lot of great parts of the Big Ten. Spent a few years in the SEC with a lot of big games, but when you can be part of a history type thing, at this stadium, I played here as a player, done many games. We were really honored to be part of this.
Does it say something about where the program is going here in Champaign, that maybe this is a game last year you wouldn't have looked at as being such a big game? And maybe, I don't know if you guys would have been here a year ago or even at the beginning of this season, but this has turned into a really big one because of what Brett Bielema has done.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, it would have been a ceremony anyway, and it would have been celebrated, and it deserves that. You know, the Big Ten, and I grew up, around in the Midwest, those stories about, Red and the way the history of the Big Ten was put together.
Yeah.
I mean, Michigan and Illinois were a big part of the growth of the Big Ten story and college football. But for this game, put that aside, and that's what the players have to do. This is a game that they earned to get a nationally televised game. And in the Big Ten, anytime you play Illinois and anytime you play Michigan together like that, it's a fun game.
You've covered a lot of really good college football games. You've covered a lot of really big games. Can the extracurricular stuff, the 100 years, the ceremony this morning, the gala tonight, all that stuff, can that be a distraction for teams? Or from talking to Illinois coaches and players, do you get the sense that they're locked in enough?
Well, they should be locked in, and Brett's really good at that. He's got a lot of experience as a player, as an assistant coach, as playing in Big Ten championship games. So, they got a good leader for that situation right there. And I think, for the Illini, the hunger of kind of wiping out last year and where they were a year ago and trying to turn the program around, for a while it will be. But I think once the first hit, the first down, the kickoff, I think it'll be a regular game.
On the field, what's the biggest thing you're looking at? And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but is it the Illinois run defense? Michigan might run the ball 80 times.
I think that will be an important part of the game. I really do, because Michigan runs it well. They've based their program all about running the ball, but they've struggled being more than a running team. And I think Michigan's going to want to try to become a little bit more balanced in this game in particular, because that's really not been working for them, just being a running team. I actually think the key to the game will be, can the Illini offensive line keep Luke just a little bit cleaner? I mean, I think they've had 12 sacks the last two games. Penn State did a great job putting pressure, and this Michigan front four is just as good as that Penn State front four. So I really think the key to the game is going to be, can Luke Altmaier have enough time to be Luke? And if that's done, they've got a chance to win this game.
I want to ask you about how special his season has been. And just, he wasn't necessarily bad last year, but he's been really good.
Yeah, all of us that have played, you get a chance to play. Luke comes in and he transfers into the team, and we know he's a good quarterback. He wouldn't be recruited at this level. He wasn't. Struggled turning the ball over, and he rededicated himself.
Right.
Came back second year with an same offensive coordinator. That's huge for any quarterback. Just being familiar with where your second and where your third guy is, that takes those interceptions and turns them into even throwaways, just incompletions. So, a guy who's put in a lot of work, came up through the SEC, transferred, and now it's paying off for him. It's a great story that we enjoy.
Yeah. I'll close with this. Is there an Illinois player that maybe you isn't the most popular, maybe isn't the most talked about, but as you prepared for this game and as you watched that tape, you said, oh my gosh, this guy's really good?
That isn't talked about a lot. I think everybody's talked about the key players, but I would say probably Pat Bryant is a difference maker. When you have a receiver that you feel you can throw the ball to when he's covered, that makes so much difference for a quarterback, because you're not even waiting for him to be open. You're just saying, I can throw it to him confidently. So that's kind of the key to the game. This Michigan defense has given up passing yards. They're not ranked high, and that has to be a key matchup that the Illini have to win.
Absolutely. We appreciate your time. We're looking forward to hearing you on the call tomorrow.
Thank you.